Good morning everyone, this is BremSter and today I'm recording a bonus video because this is my Secret Santa present. This is Wreath by Secret Santa and it came with the following message. Dear BremSter, I hope this letter finds you well and in good spirits for the holiday season. I hope this letter finds you in good health and in a prosperous enough position to put Wreath. I don't know. I'll stop with Hamilton stuff. I heard from my elves that you were looking for a suitable puzzle to showcase on your channel. I hope that you will find the enclosed puzzle to your liking. While it does have quite a few constraints in, I've done my best to make sure that it's 2 to 3 out of 5 for difficulty, as I know that's what you prefer. Yeah, generally. I also hope that you enjoy some of the interesting interactions inside. Look at that alliteration. Best wishes for the season and continued success with your streaming in 2024. So this puzzle was provided in both F-Puzzle and Sudoku Pad, which is great because I did end up having to not fully reset the puzzle but the puzzle that provided didn't come with the rules attached. Now above I've not put the rules because they're quite long, but I did want to have it that when people opened the puzzle they had the rules on the grid, because not everyone who comes here, when it says like normal entropic rules or Entropic Lines rules apply, know what that means. I get quite a few people who come to the channel and just have no clue. So normal rules apply for Sudoku is okay. Normal rules apply for everything else. I don't want to do that on the channel because then I literally get bombarded with questions. So I've reset the rules. So, but that's all I've done. Okay, so I don't know anything about this puzzle. I didn't put this through testing or anything. This is a bonus video. If I fail, I might edit out the failure and you may see something. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So we have normal Sudoku rules apply, which is in every box, in every row, and in every column. The digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have killer. Digits in cages must sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage, and digits may not repeat within a cage. German whispers. Digits on a green line must have a difference of at least 5. Renban, digits on pink line must have a non-repeating set of consecutive digits in any order. This one is a little bit more tricky to understand if you've never seen it before, but basically what it means, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is perfectly valid. But if I was to change the 5 to a 7, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7 is not a consecutive set of digits. If I was to take the numbers off and sort them, they would not be a run of digits. If you were counting from 1 to 9, there's a gap. And you can't have that when you read the numbers on the line. They could go in any order on the line, but when you take them off and sort them, they must be a run of digits. Thermo. This is a thermo, and along the thermo, digits must strictly increase from the bulb to the tip. So this will be higher than this, this will be higher than this will be higher than this will be higher than this. Entropic lines, which is the beige line up here, any set of 3 cells along the line will contain a low digit, 1, 2, 3, a middle digit, 4, 5, 6, and a high digit, 7, 8, 9. And it doesn't matter which 3 cells you pick along the line, if you pick 3 connected set of or 3 consecutive cells, so those 3 cells, those 3 cells, or those 3 cells, they will contain a low, a mid, and a high. And then we've got XV pairs. So any cell separated by a V must sum to, or by an X must sum to 10, a V must sum to 5. Now, there's no forced constraint of all X's and V's are given. So it is possible that there are X's and V's elsewhere that we don't know about. Okay, and they don't have to be given. So it would be perfectly fine for these to sum to 10 or these to sum to 5. Do not know. So I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Not that I am actually worried about time. Let's give this a shot. Now, the thing that's jumping out at me right at the beginning are these 16 cages, because the minimum, you cannot repeat a digit in a 16 cage. So the minimum digits you could put in are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, they don't sum to 16. They sum to 15. But I need to increase one of those digits by 1 without causing a repeat. Now, if I increase the 1 by 1, I'm going to end up with 2 2s. If I increase the 2 by 1, I'm going to end up with 2 3s. And that's going to be true for all of the digits except the 5. So all of these cages are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. All of the 16 cages at least anyway. Now, that may do something. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're either 4, 1 or 3, 2. Now, there's a lot of low digits in here. And I don't have any high digits in here yet. And the maximum number of high digits I can put on this line is two, sorry, because this digit here, let's talk about Entropic Line. I'm just going to have some fun and talk. Well, actually, there's a couple of things I can say. First of all, that's a 5. So let's start with the German Whisper. You can never put a 5 in a 16 cage for the reason I just provided. And you can never put a 5 on a German Whisper line, because if you do, what do you put next to it that's 5 different? If you go down, you end up with 0 or lower. And if you go up, you end up with 10 or higher. So it wouldn't work. So we know on the German Whisper line, all right, here we go. I've got, German Whisper, way more powerful. I'll come back to this. German Whisper line, we know that you can never put a 5. So the digits on a German Whisper line are going to exist in one of two states. They're going to be below 5 or above 5. If they are below 5, the next digit along the line must have a 5 difference. You can't go down because you'll be leaving 1 to 5. Even if you have 4 minus 5 is in negative numbers. And even if you start with 1 and you add 5, you are adding 5, therefore you will jump over the 5 and you'll end up in a high digit. And the same is true with a high digit. You can't go up, you have to go down, and because you're subtracting 5, you will leapfrog the 5. So you'll always alternate high, low, high, low. So these digits will all be the same, and these two will be the same, because you'll go from one to the other, to back to the first, back to the second, back to the first. So high, low, high, low, high. And the reason I know that is because I can only put one high digit in here. The only high digit I can put in here is 6. So I know I need to put 3 high digits on this line, but because of the alternation, I can only put 2 of one of them in there and 3 of those. So those have to be the 7, 8, 9. And these have to be from whatever I can connect to 7, 8, 9. Now, 7 is in one of them. So I can't put 4 in any of those. So these are from 1, 2, 3, is what I know. And 4 is definitely in those, so there's no 4 in those. And I can't put a 4 in them because the only neighbor 4 can have would be 9, because it's the only thing that's 5 away, and I can't put 2 9s in the box. So this is where I end up with here. Now, over here, I need to put 5 in one of those cells, and that's going to be the middle digit on the line. But the thing that I was coming to here is this alternates in a slightly different way. I don't know which one is which yet. I'm going to use the same colors because I do, but if this is, I'm going to get rid of this coloring actually. I don't know which coloring is which, but let's use blue, green, yellow. Now I don't know which is which, but the reason I'm coloring it this way, whoops, this should be green. The reason I'm coloring it this way is if this is blue and green, blue, green, yellow, so A, B, C, or whatever, however I want to do it. Actually, let's use letters because then it might make more sense to people. I'm in a weird explainy mood today. So if this was A, so this is, and this is B. So we know that each line must, we don't know whether low is A, which one is A, which one is B, which one is C, but we know there are 3 states, low, mid, and high. So this is A, this is B, this is C. Now, we know that these 3 digits must also have one of each. So we've got a B and a C, so now we must pick up an A. And these 3 digits must contain one of each. And we've already got a C and an A, so this must pick up a B. And because of the nature of everything along a line must pick up the thing that you dropped off when you went further along the line. So when these 3 digits had one of each, A, B, C, when we move along one, we've dropped off the A that we left off as we slid along. So we must pick up an A as we go along, and then we slide along again and we drop off a B. So we have to pick up a B. So every third number along the line must have the same entropy, low, mid, or high. So 3 along the same, 3 along the same. So you can never have 3 high digits on here because there's nowhere that the line's not long enough to have 3 high digits on it. I can't put a high digit in here. I can only put 2 high digits in here. So this must be high. It must be 7, 8, 9. And 7, 8, 9 is going to be A or B. Now, do I need to put 2 low digits in here? I don't know that I do. I could potentially put 4, 6 in here and this be the 5. So I'm not sure about that. And I could potentially put low digits in here. Yeah, I'm not sure. Still exploring. Now, if I could restrict that, now I do have to put 3 high digits into those cells. Now, this could be a high digit, but it does mean both of these need to be high. So this has to be 7, 8. This has to be 8 or 9. But this could be high, and this could be quite low. I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm really not sure. I'm not even sure how I'm going to unlock this puzzle, to be honest. I'm really not sure. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 quintuple. So the others are 5, 7, 8, 9. So these are all from 5, 7, 8, 9. That's not a 5. That's A is a high digit. So this is a 7, 8, 9. So we know A, so that's not a 5. We know that A is high because these were 5, 7, 8, 9 because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So the digits that aren't included are 5, 7, 8, 9. This is a 5, 7, 8, 9, but the 5 makes this a 7, 8, 9. The 5 is in one of those two. So this is 8, 9. Because of the way the Thermo, I have to put 3 high digits in here. Now this could be high, but if this wasn't high, where would I put the 3 high digits? If this was middle, I could put a high there and a high there, and then I've run out of space for high digits. So this has to be high. One of these is high, but this couldn't be high. But I could put 3 low digits in there, and these could be mid. Or these could be mid and this could be high. I'm not sure. I really don't know. So a 17 cage has a couple of options. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. I'm actually going to turn the killer calculator back on because it's very early in the morning and I had turned it off for some strange reason. And this is a bonus video, so I'm not trying to be ridiculously over the top here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. That makes sense. So there is a 1, 2, 3 in here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 or 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Well, we know 5... Well, 5 is not on an X. So 5 is in one of those. Right, 5 is not on an X. So where's 5 in this box? I can never put 5 in any of those cells. So where's 5 in this row? Because of the 5 in this column, 5 is not in those cells, 5 is not in those cells, 5's not there, and 5's not there. This is a 5. So now 5 is down here. But there must be a 5 on this line. This is a 5-cell long Renban line. And the 5 must be on the 5-cell long Renban line. And that is because a 5-cell long Renban line must contain a run of digits. So if I start at 1, I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've got a 5. If I start at 9 and come down, I've got 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and I've got a 5. And if I pick any other digit to start and go in any direction, if I start at 3 and go up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I start at 8 and go down, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, I'm always going to get a 5. So this is actually a 5, which is cool, which means there is a 5 on the Thermo. Now 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 might work. Because I know 5 is in one of those 3. No, it could be there. It could be in the 17 cage. If there's no 5 in the 17 cage, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. How does that break? How does that break? It's going to be something with high-low polarity here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So these are 5, 7, 8, 9. But this can't be 7, 8, or 9. That's your 5. So this is your middle digit. These are low. So these are from 1, 2, 3. That's very cool, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 is done. So these are 5, 7, 8, 9. Here, let me run that back. I'm playing slow this morning. Yeah, and this can't be 7, 8, 9 because this is 7, 8, 9 because that had to be 7, 8, 9. This is your 5. There's no 5 there. This is very cool. So these are 1, 2, 3. And now 4 and 6 are both in the cage here. So these are not 4 or 6. I'm going to get rid of the lettering here, if I can remember how to do it. It is very early here. I am playing around on the wrong side of 5 a.m. 6 a.m. Anyway, so the 5 here means this is not the 5. One of these is 5. So if this 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is possible, or 5, this has to be 6 or 7. Because if any lower and I've broken this. This is fascinating. I like it. Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 now? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So this is 7, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a 9. So there's no 9 in those. So this is now restricted because it can't be 2, 8 or 1, 9. So this is either 3, 7 or 4, 6. Which puts a little bit of a restriction on that, but not enough yet. This is so much fun. I've got a really good puzzle here. I'm liking this. So now 9 can't be in a 17 cage. Right, 9 can't be in a 17 cage. Because if there was 9 in a 17 cage, the other digits would have to sum to 8, and I can't make 4 digits sum to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, minimum is 10. So there's no 9 in any of those cells. There's no 9 in any of those cells. There is a 9 in one of these 3, so this is 9, 8, 7, 6. There's no 7 in those. There's no 9 or 8 there. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, does that force a 4 into this cage? Maybe not yet. Because I could put the 4 there, make these 1, 2, 3, and this be 5, 6, because this could be 5 and this could be 6. I think that's still possible. Oh, this is cool. Haven't cracked it yet. This 9 means that's not a 9. 9 is in one of those two, which makes perfect sense. It's probably staring me in the face. I love the way I've had to use every single constraint that I've been given. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 now. So these are 5, 7, 8, 9. There's no 5 there, but this is a 5, 7, 8, 9 quadruple. So this is 1, 2, 3 to make the X work. But this is, so these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Which means 4 and 6 is up here because of the row. So this is not a 6. This is a 1, 2, 3 triple. So I can take 1, 2, 3 out of those. That's a 4, 6 pair. This is weird. This is becoming a scanning nightmare, but I love it. I love it so much. What am I missing? Right. Where's 5 in this column? It's not in any of those cells because I can't put 5 on an X. It's not in any of those because of the 2 5s up here, and it's not here because of that 5. This is a 5. So this isn't a 5. This is 5 and 6, which takes 6 out of all of those. And those. This is a 6. So this is not a 6. 6 is in one of those two. And now I can't put 6 in this cage. That 6 sees that one, that 6 sees that one, and those have the 6 on the Renban. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. And that's not the 7, that's the 7. So there's no 7 there. There's no 7 there. There's no 7 there, so there's no 3 there. The 7 looks down, making that the 6, which means this isn't... This has to be 7 now. 5, 6, this is 7. There's an 8, 9 pair here. There's an 8, 9 in the column. 6 in this column is in one of those two. No. 6 isn't in one of those two. Bad scanning. Bad scanning. Stole a biscuit. So 6 in this box is in one of those. 6 in this box is in one of those two. So this isn't a 6 and this isn't a 4. And now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So these are from 5, 7, 8, 9, and I can't... Where is 7 in this column? It's not here, it's not here. This is the 7. 7 comes out of here. That makes this the 8. This is not an 8. This is not an 8. I've got a 7, 9 pair in the column. So this is now a 7. Because I can't put 7 there. That 7 means I can't put it there. And those aren't 7 because V and because of that 7. This is a 7. This is a 5. 7 in... That 7 took 7 out of there. 7's not there. That's a V. That's an 8. That's a 7. That's a 3. Taking 3 out of those and out of there. That's not a 3. So where is 3 here? Oh, 3 is in one of those two. Careful, BremSter. Don't make a boo-boo. Because this puzzle is too good to boo-boo. Too good to boo-boo. Too good to boo-boo. There is no 3 on here anymore. So this isn't 2, 3. This is 1, 4. This is from 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 is in one of those two. This is too good to boo-boo. I'm going to do it anyway because this is me. Whereas, okay, so 6 isn't here or in any of those. So 6 is in one of those two, which means 6 is in one of those three, which makes that the 6. Could have got that many different ways, but that's the way I got it. So 1, this is now a 2. So there's no 2 here. 2 is in one of these three, so this is not the 2. 2 is not here. 2 is not here. There's an 8 in one of those two, which isn't really news. I kind of had that from the column, but Okay, I haven't yet mastered the geometry of this thing. There's a 1, 2, 3. How weird is that? I'm not trying to rush through this. I'm just trying to sit back and savor and enjoy it. So 1, 3, 4, and 8 in box 6. Yeah, I'm not sure. I just want to sit back. So these are 1, 2, 4, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are an 8, 9 pair, aren't they? Yeah, these are an 8, 9 pair. Because there's no 8, 9 in any of those. So what are these? 1, 2, and 4? So these are 1, 2, and 4 and must contain a 4. So there's no 4 there. 4 is definitely in those now, so that's not a 4. But there's a 1, 2, 3 triple here. So this is the 4. This is not the 4. Which has done remarkably little. At least it's done remarkably little in my brain.
Better solvers would have cracked this already.
BremSters, a numsty. That 8 is looking at those, so there's no 8 there, there's no 2 there. This is a 1, 3 pair. This is a 2, which means I can take 2 out of all of those. I can take 2 out of there. BremSter, the numpty, do 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 do. So what is this? It's not 2, 8. Actually, it could be lots of stuff. Well, no, I don't know that. I was about to say we know 4 is down here, but 4 could be there. Love the way these lines have interacted, and these cages did some beautiful work. Still are. I just haven't caught the trick yet. Two is in one of those. In this 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 quintuple, 2 is not there or in those anymore. So 2 is in one of those two. So that's not a 2. This is a 1, 3 pair, and I take 1 and 3 out of those. So that's now a 2, 4, 6 triple, which takes 2 out of there and there. This is a 1, 3, so I take 1, 3 out of those. This is cool. There could end up being colouring around all of this 1, 3 business. There's going to be more like that going on, and I haven't quite figured it out yet. Oh, the 7 here makes this 9 and this 7, which makes this 9 and this 7, which makes this 3, which makes this 1, which makes this 3. There's my colouring. Which makes this 1, which takes 1 out of those. The 4, 6 pair makes this 3, which makes this 1, which takes 1 out of those. This is so cool. Now that's 7, 3. This is not 1, not... Oh, what's the high digit on this X now? It's not 7, 8, 9. This is 4, 6, and I know the order because of that 6. This is 4, this is 6, meaning this is 1, this is 4. I wouldn't have called this a 3-star puzzle, at least by Logic Masters Germany. I think this is a 3-star... Yeah, this is like an easy 3. I would call this, using my difficulty scale, I would probably call this a hike 1 or 2. And it's a beautiful one. Like, this puzzle is absolutely stunning. I don't know who designed this. I will probably never find out, but it is gorgeous. The 2, 4 here looks over making this the 6 and this the 4. If the person wants to own up in the comments, that's up to you. I'm not going to force anyone. I've been down that road and I stressed out over it and it was bad. This 1, of course, means that there's no 1 in here. So 1 is in here with the 2. This digit and this digit are the same. So I could have made an elimination here earlier. There's no 1 here. There's something else in this column I can... Oh, no. Yeah, the 1 looks up making that the 3. So there's no 3 here either. And there's something in here I can remove. The 4 means this is the 2, this is the 4. I'm just trying to relax into this. There's no 2, 4 here. This is a 1, 3. So this is the 4, this is the 2, this is the 4. Takes 4 out of there. The 2 takes 2 out of there. I'm just trying to relax into this one. And I'm having a ball doing it. 2 is in those. what are these? 1, 2, 3, and 8. So the 3 here makes this the 8 and this the 3. The 8 looks back, making that the 9 and that the 8. The 2, of course, makes this the 1. There's no 1 in here. There is a 1 in here, so there's no 1 there. There's no 1 there. There's a 2, 3 here. The 3, of course, makes that the 2 and makes that the 1, which turns around and says there's no 1 there. The 3 makes this the 4, so this is the 1, so this is the 2, so this is the 3, so this is the 1, so this is the 3. The 2 makes this the 3. The 8 nines, the 9 here, of course, makes this the 8, this the 9, which makes this the 8 and this the 9. This is so cool. The 4, 6 looks up, making that the 2. Take the 2 out of those. The 4 here looks up, making that the 6 and that the 4. I can take the 9 out of those. This is a 5, 8 pair. These are 1, 2, 3. No, I've got a 3 in the row. There's a 3 right there in the middle. I'd point at it, but that's not. See where I'm pointing? Right there in the middle. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I've got a 6 in the top. So that's the 5, that's the 6. The 5 looks up, making that the 8 and that the 5. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 and 9. Moving on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are 8 and 9. The 8 looks down, making that the 9 and that the 8. This 9 makes that the 2 and that the 9. And down here, I need to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, and 7. In this column, I've got a 1 and a 7, so that's the 2. In this column, in column 6, I've got a 1, so that's the 7, and I put a 1 in the middle, and that is the correct solution in 27 minutes and 9 seconds. It's been solved by 3 people in 17 days, so this did get tested. Thank you, Secret Santa. That puzzle was absolutely stunning. I'm going to release this as a bonus video, and I am going to release it to the channel. I'm not going to put it into an unpublished. Everyone's going to see this because this was a lot of fun. Yeah, that was cool. And yeah, I didn't want to race through that. I just wanted to solve it at my own time. I'm sure people will post times that were a lot faster than mine. Okay. As I've said this before, and I will say it again, I'm sure. Racing through puzzles, I'm enjoying it with the gas a little bit more, but racing through puzzles, I tend to find that it just means that I don't sit there and I don't enjoy what I have found. It's like I don't, run through an art gallery, and I go to art galleries. I take my time. In fact, many times when I go to a gallery, I have to go back many times in order to see the things that I want to, because I will spend, an hour in one room or multiple hours in one room, because that's just the pace that I do things in. And yeah, I really wanted to savor that one. That was really cool. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you've had, those of you who got Secret Santa gifts, I hope you enjoyed them as much as I did. Those of you who didn't, if you are a Sudoku creator, it is well worth looking into for next year. And thank you to all the organisers for it. And as always, good luck with your solving.